Let's talk about the NBA's viewership problem because it's very much a real thing, and it's bigger than just cable TV dying. Now, I'm a fan, just like many of you, but watching the NBA today feels more like a chore than the simple joy that it used to be. It's expensive, it's frustrating, and honestly, it's starting to lose some of its magic. So let's break this down. First off, watching games from home is way too complicated. If you want to follow your favorite team, you're looking at paying for multiple subscriptions: TNT, Max, ESPN, NBA League Pass, and maybe even a local provider. And speaking of League Pass, you can forget about watching your local team live because blackouts won't let you. It's ridiculous. So you're basically paying for a service that doesn't deliver on what fans actually want. So what do people do instead? They pirate games, or they just settle for watching highlights on social media for free. Many of you probably already do this without realizing it. And it's not just streaming. Going to an actual game is becoming a luxury. The tickets are way too expensive, the parking is also expensive, and don't get me started on food at the arena. And if you're taking your family, you better be ready to drop a couple $100s for just one night out. And if you're lucky enough to get some cheap seats, then good luck seeing the action from the rafters because you're going to be nowhere near the court. And then of course there's convenience fees. I also want to talk about the players, or rather, their absence. Load management is a big issue, and I get it. Teams want their stars healthy for the playoffs. But for fans who pay to see their favorite player, it's kind of a letdown when that player isn't even dressed to play. Injuries are one thing, but having a planned rest day, that's tough to explain to someone who's spending their hard-earned money to come watch. And the frustrating part is that the NBA has an incredible product. The talent in the league is off the charts. Guys like Luka Doncic, John Morant, and Jason Tatum, they're so fun to watch, but the games themselves can feel repetitive, and everyone's just taking three-pointers now. The style of play is so similar across teams that sometimes it's hard to tell one game apart from another. And then you add in the constant fouls and reviews, and the flow of the game just drags, but the excitement isn't there. And then finally, there's the way that fans consume sports today. Younger fans, especially Gen Z, they don't watch live games the way that the older generations did. They would rather catch highlights on Instagram, or follow stats for their fantasy teams, or just get updates on Twitter. But watching an entire game, that's just not gonna happen. And then you make these games expensive and difficult to find, and you're basically pushing these younger fans away even further. So what's the solution? If the NBA wants to fix this, it's got to get easier and cheaper to watch games. No more blackouts. A simple streaming package for one team, free local broadcasts, stuff like that. If not, fans are going to keep turning to piracy and social media highlights, and the NBA's viewership numbers will keep dropping. I think the NBA's product is still great, but the way it's delivered to fans is completely broken, and until that changes, people will keep tuning out.